You know that friend who talks to herself in the grocery store, stays up till 3 a.m. for no reason, and has a desk that looks like a tornado hit it? Yeah. She's not crazy. She's probably the smartest person you know, and psychology says her weird habits, they're actually signs of a brilliant mind. Let's get into it. Habit number 1. They talk to themselves, out loud. Picture this. You're walking down the street and you see a woman having what looks like a very intense conversation with absolutely nobody. You think, uh-oh, she's lost it. But according to psychology, talking to yourself isn't a red flag. It's a green one. Self-talk helps organize thoughts, rehearse ideas, and manage complex tasks, researchers say. It's like your brain's personal assistant, except this one works for free and never takes a coffee break. Here's the kicker. When she's muttering under her breath in the cereal aisle, she's not crazy. She's literally coaching herself through existence. She's rehearsing that difficult conversation she's going to have later, or she's solving a work problem while simultaneously remembering she needs to buy milk. I'm not crazy, I'm just processing. Highly intelligent women use self-talk to untangle the mental knots that the rest of the world doesn't even know exist. So next time you catch yourself muttering in the mirror, congratulations, you're basically a genius. Just try not to do it in public restrooms where people can hear you. Habit number 2. They come alive at night. Morning people are cute. They wake up at 5 a.m., do yoga, drink green juice, and judge everyone who doesn't. Meanwhile, highly intelligent women are just getting started at midnight. People who stay up late often experience deeper focus and creative thinking during quiet hours. While the world sleeps, their brains are wide awake, solving problems, having epiphanies, and reorganizing their entire life plan at 2:17 a.m. Why? Because there are no distractions. No emails, no ringing phones, no roommates asking dumb questions. Just them, their thoughts, and possibly a snack they forgot they ate. Psychologist Satoshi Kanazawa puts it bluntly. Intelligent people do unnatural things, and staying up all night is one of them. So no, she's not lazy because she sleeps till noon. She's just on a different time zone, her time zone. The one where actual thinking happens. And honestly, sunrise is overrated anyway. Habit number 3. They have organized chaos desks. You know that woman whose desk looks like a paper bomb went off? Coffee stains, sticky notes everywhere, 3 half-empty water bottles, and a random sock from last Tuesday? She's not messy. She's creative. Cluttered workspaces can help unconventional thinkers see more possibilities and make novel connections. Translation: your mess is actually a masterpiece of cognitive function. Her brain sees the sticky note with the doodle on it and connects it to a project she started 6 months ago. That pile of receipts? That's her financial timeline. That random sock. Okay, that might just be a sock, but still. A clean desk is the sign of a sick mind. Albert Einstein famously had a desk that looked like a disaster zone, and he figured out relativity. So maybe chill out about the clutter. If she ever cleans up, be worried, because that means she's procrastinating on something really important. Habit number 4. They lose interest faster than a toddler with a toy. You're telling a story. You're really getting into it. You're describing what your coworker said, and then what you said back, and then what their cousin said. And then you see it. That glazed over look. She's gone. Her brain has left the building, boarded a plane, and is currently on vacation in the Bahamas. Highly intelligent people get bored quickly, especially in environments that don't challenge them intellectually. Their minds are wired for constant problem-solving. Repetitive tasks, shallow conversation, same story twice. They're out, physically present, mentally in another dimension. It's not that they don't care. It's that their brain is screaming, give me something interesting or I will start reorganizing my entire Spotify playlist in my head and calculating how many minutes I've wasted listening to this. She's not rude. She's just starving for intellectual stimulation. Habit number 5. They genuinely like being alone. To some people, solitude is punishment. To highly intelligent women, it's a vacation, an all-inclusive resort where the only other guest is their own brain. Highly intelligent people succeed in moments of quiet because they're able to stop and reflect. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's freedom from surface-level nonsense. No small talk, no performative smiles, no pretending to care about someone's new curtains. I'm not antisocial, I'm selectively social. She'll cancel plans on Friday night and feel relieved, not because she hates you, but because she's been on all week, and her social battery is sitting at negative 50%. She needs silence to recharge, think, and process the chaos of the world. So if she ghosts you for a weekend, don't take it personally. She's just dating herself. Habit number 6. They overthink everything. Before making a decision, a highly intelligent woman will consider every possible outcome, every single one, including the ones that have a 0.001% chance of happening, like the ceiling collapsing right as she answers yes to that dinner invite. They're considering various possibilities before acting. This helps them see risks and opportunities that others miss. To everyone else, it looks like indecision. To her, it's strategic planning on a military level. She'll spend 20 minutes deciding which toothpaste to buy, because she's analyzing fluoride levels, brand ethics, and whether the packaging is recyclable. Meanwhile, you grabbed the first one you saw. I'm not overthinking, I'm just thoroughly considering. Her brain doesn't have an off switch. It's a supercomputer running background processes 24/7. Habit number 7. They play devil's advocate constantly. You say something, she immediately argues the opposite side. You think she's being difficult. She thinks she's being helpful. You say, I love pizza. She says, but what about the structural integrity of the crust? Intelligent people play devil's advocate to gain more information and facts, revealing hidden flaws and testing assumptions. She's not trying to fight you. She's trying to make sure you're right or wrong. Either way, she wants to know the truth, even if it means stepping on a few conversational toes. Friends might call it combative, psychologists call it critical thinking, and honestly, she's doing you a favor. If your idea can't survive her cross-examination, it wasn't a good idea to begin with. She's your personal stress tester. Habit number 8. They collect random information that seems useless. Why does she know the capital of every country? Why can she recite random facts about penguins? Why does she have strong opinions about 18th century poetry and the migratory patterns of Arctic terns? Highly intelligent people will become obsessive about random topics or things. They collect information like squirrels collect nuts, because you never know when you might need it, and when they do need it, they look like absolute geniuses at trivia night. My brain is full of useless information, and I'm proud of it. She knows that the average person swallows 8 spiders a year in their sleep, which is actually a myth, but she'll tell you that too. She's a walking Wikipedia page with zero filter. Ask her about anything, and she'll give you a 45-minute lecture you never asked for. Habit number 9. They swear with purpose. You might think swearing is low class. Psychology says it's actually a sign of verbal fluency and emotional intelligence. Using profanity selectively can indicate a broad vocabulary. So when she drops an F-bomb, she's not being crude, she's being linguistically sophisticated. Studies show that people who know more swear words generally know more words overall. She doesn't swear because she's angry. She swears because, oh, fudge, doesn't quite capture the existential dread of stepping on a Lego at 3 a.m. She uses curse words like spices, strategically placed for maximum emotional impact. It's not trashy, it's expressive artistry. Habit number 10. They doodle and fidget. In meetings, she's not paying attention. She's drawing little flowers, geometric shapes, or intricate spirals in the margins of her notebook. Wrong. Doodling and fidgeting can actually stabilize attention and improve recall. Her hands are moving so her brain can focus. If she sat perfectly still, she'd fall asleep or mentally check out. The doodling is her brain's way of staying anchored to the present. I'm not distracted, I'm concentrating creatively. She's also clicking her pen, tapping her foot, or twisting her hair into knots. You think she's anxious. She's actually in her zone. Don't ask her to stop unless you want her to completely forget everything you just said. Habit number 11. They daydream. On purpose. She stares out the window. You think she's zoning out. You wave your hand in front of her face. Nothing. She's gone. She's actually having a breakthrough. Mind wandering can support creative thinking and cognitive flexibility. Daydreaming isn't a waste of time. It's where the good ideas come from. It's where she solves problems, writes novels in her head, and imagines what she'd do if she won the lottery, all within the span of 5 minutes. While you're stressing about your to-do list, she's mentally redecorating her entire apartment or planning a trip to Mars. Her brain doesn't do empty. It does high-definition cinema. Let her drift. She'll come back with something brilliant. Habit number 12. They have very few close friends. She's not popular. She doesn't have a huge friend group. She's not the one with 500 people at her birthday party, and she's perfectly fine with that. Higher IQ people report feeling happier with fewer substantial friendships. Quality over quantity isn't just a saying. It's how their brains are wired. Maintaining a huge social circle takes energy. A lot of energy. She'd rather invest that energy in 2 or 3 people who actually matter than spread herself thin across 50 acquaintances. I don't have a big circle. I have a tight one. She's not lonely. She's selective. She'd rather have one deep conversation at 2 a.m. than 100 shallow ones at a crowded bar. If you're in her inner circle, consider yourself elite. Habit number 13. They question everything. You tell her something. She asks, why? You explain. She asks, why again. You explain more. She asks, why? One more time, and you want to pull your hair out. She's not being annoying. She's being curious on a level that most people find exhausting. Asking targeted questions reflects a strategic approach to learning and reducing uncertainty. Curiosity isn't just a personality trait. It's how intelligent women understand the world. They don't accept because I said so, or that's just how it is. I don't accept things at face value. That's not skepticism, that's intelligence. She's the reason teachers had to add a no more questions rule in class. She doesn't want to be difficult. She just genuinely needs to know how the engine works before she gets in the car. Habit number 14. They use humor to deflect. Things get serious. Emotions run high. Someone's crying, someone's angry, and she makes a joke. You think she's being inappropriate or emotionally stunted. She's protecting herself. High IQ women will start leaning on telling jokes, so they never have to get vulnerable. Humor is a shield, a very funny, very effective shield. If she can make you laugh, she doesn't have to cry. If she can crack a joke, she doesn't have to admit that she's completely falling apart inside. If I'm making jokes, I'm probably not okay, but I'll never tell you that. It's her survival mechanism. She'd rather be the funny one than the broken one. So when life gets heavy, she reaches for a punchline instead of a tissue. Habit number 15. They intellectualize their emotions. She doesn't say, I'm sad. She says, I'm experiencing a downturn in mood due to external stresses and a lack of dopamine regulation. Rather than being able to admit that something hurts, high IQ women analyze why it hurts. They don't feel feelings, they study them. They treat their own heartbreak like a science experiment. Fascinating, I appear to be crying. Let me examine the root cause of this reaction. I don't have emotions, I have data. This is both a superpower and a curse. She can dissect her own trauma like a surgeon, but she can't actually sit with the pain. She'd rather write a 5-page essay on why she's angry than actually just be angry. It's exhausting, but hey, at least she'll understand herself better than anyone else ever will. Stay sharp. So here's the thing. The woman who talks to herself, she's processing. The one who stays up all night, she's creating. The one with the messy desk, she's connecting dots you can't even see. These aren't strange habits. They're signs of a mind that works differently, a mind that sees patterns, asks questions, and refuses to settle for surface-level anything. A mind that's constantly running, constantly analyzing, and constantly exhausted by how slow the rest of the world moves. So if any of this sounded familiar, if you nodded your head 15 times, congratulations, you're not weird, you're just smart. Annoyingly, beautifully, exhaustingly smart. Now go talk to yourself about it. You'll feel better.